These videos are not financial advices. Everything shared here is provided for educational purposes only. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. As you can see right now, this candle is about to close and give us the best possible setup today. I've been on the chart for a minute now and I finally see a beautiful setup. I will explain the setup right after taking it. So I'm just waiting for this candle to close. So let's wait for 15 more seconds and we'll see if the market gives us the chance to take this trade or not. My ideal, oh shit, no, they rejected and they're closing below the doji, man. I was hoping that this candle is going to close like this. If it was closing like this, it would be breaking this doji. Also, it would be breaking this doji. If you look past, previously this doji is broken once and gave us the retracement, right? So this time also could work. But the difference that now we have two dojis, potential double doji break, okay? So I will just wait for the next candle as well to see if we're going to get that beautiful opportunity or not. I also have this common point of rejection here. So imagine breaking this doji and then entering in the common point of rejection. That would be crazy. Man, this is not going to give us that doji break from upside, so I'm just hoping it's going to break from downside, okay? Then we can take a beautiful buy. So it's either breaking from upside or downside. I have to wait for this opportunity to form up for us. Okay, I'm taking, let's go. I added the second one. We broke this doji, right? We broke this little doji, as you can see, this doji. And this doji is not broken. Both of them, if both of them were being broken, that would be awesome. But now we have only one of them broken. Let's check the market direction, see if we're in the proper direction. Okay, so if we have a ranging market like this, I'll mark it this way, okay? And then we have this one. So market, the point of interest for the market to bounce back is this area and this area. The reason why I didn't mark it this way is because we only have one touch here, right? So this is the ideal type of marking. So this is a big ranging market. Now inside that ranging market, we're in an area in the market that previously a market bounced up like so many times. So in general, when we're in the buying side, that was a winning trade. Let me just take a quick screenshot. I use this application. It's called Lightshot. It's just easy screenshot for the journal. If you use journals, it's a very, very good tool. And it's also free. You can download on the and use it. So I got my first trade of the day, and this is a beautiful doji break. We have proper big range, and then inside that big range we have a small range. This is ideal for doji break, okay? Ranges are ideal for doji breaks. And then if you mix them with the common point of rejection or gap down or gap up, it's going to be an awesome opportunity. Now I'll just look for the opportunities. Okay, so we do have another doji break here, but there's a difference though. In this particular case, let me just take a small one, okay? In this particular case, it's different, right? If we look back, you see we're not in a ranging market, right? We're in a trending market. Unlike the very first trade, let's go back. Unlike the very first trade, which is this one, okay, so I'm gonna add another one for this one because this is also another doji break, okay? So we'll see that how we'll end up. I also made this one small, okay? So so this particular one, the first trade we took, this one, right? It's in a big ranging market and then we're in a small ranging market. But in this one, we're just in a trendy market and also smaller trendy market. We don't have proper range. So this doji break is risky. Okay, both of the trades were losing trade, the small ones. So I will add them to the journal. And I want to add this and say that this was a risky doji trade because of the trend because, okay. Also this one. Well, I'm not gonna lie, this one was, okay, wait. This is a beautiful gap down, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This is a beautiful gap down, and also this is a QM. So this would be the beautiful trade to take. And this one, this could be a good doji break. And I wouldn't say this was a very bad trade. Okay, I have this. Let's go. Now the journal suggests us to stop because of the consecutive losses, but for the purpose of the video, I will keep trying to take some good trades, okay? Okay, this one was also a red one, so that's interesting for me. Yeah, so I'll keep looking to see if we can find a beautiful trade. I'll go back to my regular because I want to take a good one. Okay. So look at this one. This is a third touch breakout, right? If I draw this, you'll see that first touch, second touch, and then lower low compared to previous low, right? And then the third touch broken right here. That's the first reason to take this sell. We have gap up. That's just another reason. And also, I'm sorry. And also we're in a order block. Okay, this is an order block. This is the fair value gap. The candle before fair value gap is the order block. Now, since it's causing a breakout, this is a valid order block, and this is considered a selling area. So the setup is formed not only in a selling area, we also have gap up as a confirmation. So this was a good trade to take. At the end of the session, I'll tell you that which trades that we took today were bad trades and which ones are good. Sometimes we may take a trade which is a winning trade, but still a bad trade, okay? The difference is the long run. In the long run, if you keep taking the bad trades, you're going to be in a losing side. So I will just mark this little lower time frame entry. Okay, I'll take this. Okay, I hope, yeah, we do have an even better entry down here. So I really hope the price comes down here. So I add my main entry. Okay. All right, so it bounced up from our entry and that was a winning trade. Okay, so I'll tell you why to take this trade. Let me just take a quick screenshot of this. By the way, guys, if you want to use this little journal thing, you can use it with the first link in the description. It's a very beautiful tool to keep track of your trades, and you know, it will guide you through. Especially if you turn this little thing on, it will guide you in a help you to stop in certain times that your brain might make you lose more trades because of ego, because of revenge trade and stuff. Everything is implemented. Now, the confidence level in this particular case, depending on the lose amount and winning amounts, it's showing me 60, right? So it means that if I take more trades, probably I will have some more winning trades as well. Sometimes it jumps up to overconfident in this red area, and that's the time you need to stop. In this particular case, I got 5 trades, right? And I don't take more than 5 trades a day. Let me just finish this session. I'll tell you which ones today were terrible, okay? So these are today's trades. The very first one is this one, which is a beautiful trade. Oh, by the way, let me just explain this trade and then I'll tell you the bad ones. So this is a beautiful decision point trade combined with order block, right? If you look here, you'll see a resistance line previously respecting very well, and all of a sudden we see a spike breaking that. So what is causing the breakout is right before the breakout. So before the breakout, let's say these candles are not formed yet, I see 2 areas in the market that I see some complications, right? So inside these complications are areas the market can react. So inside this area, I want to see more details. I go to 30-second, right? So do I see anything like more details? No. So I keep pushing to 15-second. Now in 15-second, I see a clear demand zone. Okay, I'll make it red right away the moment I see the entry. And then this is my first entry. I usually I go one step lower, right? 10 seconds. I see nothing. I go 5 seconds. Now in 5 seconds, I see even better entry. So you know that the lower and smaller the entry is, it's better. So if I mark this, oh, in fact, it actually touched our second entry as well. Like, no, it literally didn't touch. Anyways, so this would be my second entry, which market didn't give us the chance. Oh, it did give us the chance, but on the next candle, see, our trade was on this candle, this red one. But on the next candle, it also gave us the chance to take this. I don't know if it touched though. Wait. Let me mark it. Okay. It's not touched. Let's be realistic. It's not touched, bro. So I wouldn't even take this. So anyways, now this is a decision point trade, the last trade, and that was a good one, okay? So if I go here, the very first trade, this was this little doji break, this green one, which was a good one, these two. And then this one was the bad one, okay? That's why I took it small. See, we had a trend going up, and then we took this trade as against the trend. That's why, and that's a bad trade. And then we have this one. This was again a doji break. This one, which was, I would say that this was a good trade. Okay, I want to be realistic, right? And then the last one also good trade. So we only try to focus on good trades, and that's the way. So yeah, 60% win rate in this session. You know, using this journal will give you the opportunity to just go back on your previous sessions like this, for example, on 1st August, and see what trades you've taken. And over time, it will give you some like good information.